Went on a 15k walk to Patan, another city today.
One morning in the market square in old Kathmandu. Bananas on bikes. All marigolds ready for the temple. And one of the temples. Temple.
Just wandering through the food market area of old Kathmandu. All the produce is just put out in tins and barrels, plates out on the street. Just a few chilies in case you feel like some. A lot of sellers go around on bicycles and sell straight from their bike. Still a lot of marigolds and flowers for sale for the temples, and unusual things like mannequins in shops. Lots of bright coloured stuff for offerings. And temples are everywhere throughout the city with their offerings out the front. The three-wheel taxis are quite common as well. And here's a family just out near the river. And imagine the OHS for this in Australia with just open channels and the thing, and the gate to Patan.
That's the Palamar Temple and the Shiva Temple.
Walk around the Kathmandu Pukar or pond, a lake in the middle of Patan. There's rice drying on the bridge out to an island in the middle, and on the side is the Chandaswari temple, and out the back of it was another Buddhist stupa.
The Buddhist stupa in Patan. More prayer wheels.
Just more of the earthquake damage in Patan, and then went to the Nayaku Chowk Bahal or square with its Buddha and Ganesh statues. There are a lot of these little narrow alleys leading into quite big squares with the multi-storey houses surrounding them. This is the entry to the Golden Temple, a very ornate gilt-covered temple.
And just inside the Golden Temple. All the prayer wheels. The centre stupa. Corner dragons. Then the main part of the temple. All the carvings holding up the roof.
The veranda is held up by these ornate carvings. The whole complex is full of statues to the various gods, and it is all gilt covered and very ornate. And this is the exit, flanked by a couple of elephants. The whole area is just full of temples. Out the front they have incense burning, and there are bells, a symbol of Buddha's voice, people worshipping. Then onto the Patan Durbar Square, where the royal family used to live, souvenir sellers, temples all throughout the square. The Krishna temple with the Garuda statue on a pole out the front. This is the old royal palace, now a museum. You can go through and see all Nepalese antiquities. They all have like a courtyard in the front of them. Another Krishna temple on the edge of the Durbar Square, and the first Krishna temple again. Just looking around the square at the various temples. Had a little view from the top of a building near the edge of the square. And some lions guarding the royal palace, and the bell to ring to summon the king about your grievances. Just some of the sights on my way back to my hotel in Kathmandu. Just a typical street on the edge of Patan, the temples and earthquake damage, preschool, and this is where I bought my lunch, some hot fried chips. Just some of the crafts people is walking along.
Street entertainment. They go off in a little courtyard. Woodworking. Woodworking. Working in a little shop.
Passed a lot of those little hole-in-the-wall shops, and then found this amazing Western style shopping centre. Just seems so out of place compared to everywhere else. There are lots of ads for doing study in Australia, and even some Australian shops.
One of the rivers. They're not exactly the cleanest around.
But still monkeys just sitting by the side of the road, even roadside barber shops. Crossing the Bagmati River again with the Himalayas off in the background, with some distant views of snow-covered mountains.
Crossing the street.
Some Kathmandu coffee shops just to remind me of work back home. And now we have a Nepalese road safety message. The Kathmandu jail, and then I bought a couple of these fried sweets on the way back. Very tasty. Just scenes walking around Kathmandu.
Oh, the crowds have thinned now. Before it was one truck stuck in the middle of the street. No one could move, no one could go anywhere because of this one van.
The streets get very crowded in the evenings.
Motorbikes just in amongst all the pedestrians in the street. Haven't been down this one before.
And had a drink of Coke in the evening. Just went for an aimless stroll through the less tourist districts of Kathmandu. They played Tetris trying to get all those bags on top of the van. Walked past a few of the outdoor butcher shops. Not sure how safe it is to eat meat here. This is where the old rickshaws go when they're no longer useful. Past this noodle factory. They're just making noodles inside this little building. Amazing. And then obviously found the washing district where all the washing from the hotels and everywhere else goes, and it's just hung out on lines or on the ground to dry.
Just out for a stroll in the last morning. Come down to the river. Panning for what? Again, panning for something. Rubbish recyclers.
Just some scenes from my aimless walk around Kathmandu. Start along the Bishnumati River and did a lot of rubbish recycling. Just some kids and another kid just squatting by the side of the river. Bridge over the Bishnumati River and some goats eating the rubbish. Unloading cow skins from the back of a truck, and here they were unloading the cows' heads from the back of a truck. Just the Bishnumati River again. Very polluted and lots of rubbish everywhere. Just average little scene. Walking along the river bank, doing their outdoor washing, and another of the outdoor butcher shops. There's some ladies sitting in front of a temple, and another little hole-in-the-wall shops that were everywhere, selling some of the snacks by the side of the road, and Lady and her baby. Back through Durbar Square again, the walls propped up. And a not that common sight. Just one of the many little entrances to the
streets. Now Kathmandu is full of these little laneways, look like a doorway. You go through them, and they is some form of temple and courtyard. So the small streets are shared. It is continually passing motorbikes and cars and
गाडीहरू जान्छ है गाडीहरू जान्छ है
my room at the Address Hotel in Kathmandu is the basic sort of room. Hello.
The hotel where I stayed was quite nice, very comfortable, very clean. Looking outside the window from where I was and down the street from where we stayed. Just kids sleeping in the street out the front of the hotel. Then flying home at last. Got a window seat so I could look out over the Himalayas. Fantastic views. Had a stopover in Kunming Airport, much bigger than when I was there last, but had to go through immigration and security and then go back through it again. Flying over the Gulf of Carpentaria and Ireland at the south end of the Gulf of Carpentaria. Then over Outback Australia and finally to somewhere a bit more recognisable. Sydney at last. Got this lovely little welcome home. And this was the bottle that was at Mount Everest. It's a bit shrunken now.